You're always on my mind. You're in my dreams. You're what I need.
As I lay down to sleep and I close my eyes, I dream of you with me and becoming my wife. A love so unbreakable between you and I. I'm lost in your loving as I stare in your eyes. Destination, no hesitation, no situation can keep me from you. Have my admiration and my dedication, my inspiration. My heart is all yours. I waited so long for someone like you. You mean the world to me. You are my fantasy. I look high and low for a love that's so true. Now I know it's you. You are my fantasy. You're one of my friends. You're one of to see. You're one of a kind. You're one of my friends. You're one of to see. You're one of you are. You're one of a kind. Every day I wake up, I think about you. No one's affected me the way that you do. You're giving your loving to someone like me, and I am so grateful. You are my fantasy, destination, no hesitation, no situation can keep me from you. Have my admiration and my dedication, my inspiration. My heart is all yours. I waited so long, someone like you. You mean the world to me. You are my fantasy. I look high and low, love that's so true. Now I know it's you. You are my fantasy. I waited so long, someone like you. You mean the world to me. You are my fantasy. I look high and low, love that's so true. Now I know it's you. You are my fantasy.
I love you, girl. Forever you will be my fantasy.
Hey, he keep trying to pull the camera over to his side.
She keep messing
He
with
keep
it.
trying to hog the camera, y'all.
She don't want it, the
He
camera.
hogging
That's
the
what
camera,
that is.
y'all.
But
He
that's
hogging the
okay.
camera. It's all good though. Hey, happy Wednesday. It is June 12th, 2024. 2024 is already halfway gone.
Crazy.
Hey,
right?
you two, cut it out.
Crazy. That the
Already.
year
Like, I
just
swear it was
started.
just January 1st. Like, you two, go lay down.
Yeah,
Sorry. It's our puppies.
Yeah, stop.
Well, not puppies, but mama and son.
It's
But
crazy.
yes,
It's been going on and on and on and on today. It's like just remembering that it's halfway through.
halfway through.
It's crazy.
But welcome to another episode of Sofa Chats with T Wade and your girl Kayuxa Rodriguez, where we are continuing our ongoing conversation about relationships. Like, it just seems to be an ongoing. We haven't even been able to get off of this topic because every week we see something new, something hits, and we're like, we got to talk about this
every week.
So if you're on and you see this, let us know what you think about what it is that we are saying, because we love to hear your feedback. It's not a conversation without y'all to conversate with us. We'll definitely, feed off of each other, because just because we're a couple doesn't mean that we always think the same way about things.
Nope.
It doesn't always happen like that in any relationship. So,
nope.
We're going to bring our different perspectives. This week, we're going to talk about what you bring to the table versus your expectations for your potential partner. Because we've seen, now
we've seen a lot of it. Excuse her, please.
Sorry, he messing with my grandbaby stuff. Sorry.
we've seen a lot of things in the past few. We've done a lot of, we've come across a lot of stuff that's not necessarily what we, agree with. Sometimes some things we do agree with, but when we see something that's controversial, when we see something that can help somebody else, we give our opinions. It's our
Right.
opinions on
It's
things
just our
because
opinions.
we've been together for a few years, and we've come across a lot of different things. So, and we're experienced in our age. We're experienced, so to speak. So we've come across a lot of things. We've endured a lot of things. We've come through a lot of things. So when we see something, we want to comment on it. We want to talk on it and bring it to you, the viewer, so you can get a little, taste of what's going on out there, that in case you don't know.
Right.
So when it comes down to it, a lot of people out there, they have expectations of the people that they're with.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
You should
wrong
have
with
expectations.
that.
Everybody should have expectations.
Here's the problem, and there's a few problems actually. So let's talk on these problems. Problem number one: a lot of people have expectations, but what they don't do is give at the same time.
Right.
Like, here was my question. My question for the first half of that was, what do you bring to the table? You make demands, you have expectations, you get upset when those expectations are met. But what are you bringing to the table yourself
to warrant the expectations that you want?
Yeah, let's give an example.
Let's give an example. So you want a guy who is going to take care of you. You want a guy who's going to, you don't want to have to work. Basically, you want a man that's going to supply your needs, right? Okay, so what are you bringing to the table that's going to make his life easier? And if you say sex, I'm gonna smack you across the head, because most successful men want more than just sex. Okay, maybe a young one does, but what are you bringing to the table that a well put together man is going to say you are worth it to be able to not work, for him to take care of you? Don't tell me your looks, and don't tell me sex. What else are you bringing to the table? Take those two things off. What else are you bringing to the table?
Now, let's flip it to the other side of that same coin.
Yeah, you flip it. Let me know.
We don't flip it. Men, you want a woman that's, especially now, what I'm finding out is there are a lot of men out there who want a woman who's got it together. They got it together. They have a car, they have a job, they have their own bank account. They've got their bodies put together for them. They're doing their thing. But what do you bring to the table when you ain't working? You ain't even taking care of the home while you're not working. You don't cook. You barely clean, if at all. But you want this woman to keep doing what she's doing. Here's another one I've come across this past summer. We have a situation where, okay, you pretty much want your woman to do everything that she normally does. You want her to clean. You even if you're working, you come home and I want this done. I need that done. She ain't cooked. She ain't clean all day, and she may have even been working.
I just seen a post, not to cut you off, but I just saw a post that said men want a woman to cook, clean, take care of the kids, take care of their needs, pay half the bills, come home from work and do all of that stuff. Go out, work a job, come home and take care of all of that stuff, while they just come home from work and chill. Tell me how that's fair.
Tell me how it's fair when you're not even married to her. Now, here's the confusion. a lot of guys, I know a few guys who, okay, when she come home, I need her to sex me up. I got home the other day, she ain't even had dinner. Now, keep in mind she worked. She ain't even come home and cook. She ain't do X, Y, and Z. Okay, you're making demands. But are your demands founded? When you're making demands on a woman who you have not put a ring on, and I'm not saying that to say that women need to go
Just because you're a wife, you're supposed to do all of that.
yeah, at the end of the day, she has the same rights you have. What about you coming home and cooking? What about you coming home and cleaning? What about you coming home and you taking care of the kids? How about you doing X, Y, and Z? The same expectations you have for her, you should be giving back. But what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table?
You can't say money because she bring money too. In that particular situation, if you working and she's working, you can't say, well, I work, because so does she, and you expect her to carry 75% of the load while you carry your 25, and you think that's even. Why? Because she's a woman, and society says a woman's supposed to do that stuff. But back in the day, that was a woman's only job. That was her only job, was to take care of the home while the man went out and took care of the bills in the house and the financial part. Y'all want a woman to take care of the home and go to work. Because if she doesn't go to work, then y'all feel like she's just mooching off of you. Like, make it make sense. Like, I want a woman like my great grandma, where your great grandma stayed home and took care of the family while your great grandpa went out and worked. So if you want a woman like that, then make sure you're doing what he did. He provided for his family. Y'all don't want to provide for the family. Y'all want to make demands. She got to do this, she got to do that, and she got to pay half the bills and bring in some type of bread so that you can't call her a gold digger.
If you have an arrangement, when my wife and I got together, we had an arrangement because my thing was I knew her past. I knew her heart. I knew her mind. I knew what it was that she desired out of life itself and in a relationship. And yeah, I'm not perfect by any stretch, but I understood what it was she was saying. So knowing what she had been through, I wanted to give her a different experience. One of the things I wanted to do was give her a home that she could be happy in. I wanted to make sure that she was good with being home if that's what she wanted to do. I never told her she had to go to work. I never told her she had to stay home. Definitely didn't tell her that. Whatever it was that she wanted to do, I was going to back her on that. You want to go to work? I got you. You want to stay home? I got you. Either way, I'm not necessarily saying that you need to stay home. I told her that. Like, I'm not saying that. I would prefer that she had, due to what she was dealing with, with her past, due to what she was dealing with medically, I'm like, I would prefer you stay home. If you don't want to work, you don't have to, because I want to be here for you. But if you want to go to work, just do me a favor, take it easy. I did that, knowing that I was going to have to turn around. I was going to have to do some things. I did not expect her to have to cater to me. And I think that's what a lot of dudes, they want a woman that's going to cater to them, and we like to throw up Bible verses. Mm-hmm. Well, how about the fact that those Bible verses are pertaining to the fact that you need to be or should be married, and these are things that your wife should be doing for you, and you want to talk about honor your husband. Okay, well, that's a husband. That's not your boyfriend. That's not the dude that you're dating that's sitting on your couch playing Xbox. That's not what that is. But you want the privilege. You want the privilege of being with somebody
the privileges
that's
of a
doing,
husband.
that's a woman that's doing a wifely duty. Like, but you ain't bothered to want to put a ring on it. I struggle with that. Like, how are you gonna get mad at her? You gonna make demands? She knows I want dinner at 5. Bruh.
She don't get out of work till 6. How dinner gonna be ready at 5 for you when you get home, but you know she's still at work. Was she supposed to cook dinner before she went to work?
I don't know about. I what I do know is, at some point, if you want her to do wifely duties, then do the husbandly thing and marry her. Like, otherwise, you're dating. So don't put demands on a woman that you're just dating.
And still know that even as a wife, it's not her job to be your slave.
Nope.
It's not her job to be your slave. If you want her to take care of the home and the kids and have dinner ready for you when you get home, then you take care of the bills so that she don't got to go work and she can stay home and take care of the house. I'm sure she would have no problem with taking care of the house and the kids when they come and making sure dinner's ready for you and all the other things that you ask for, if that is her job. Being a stay-at-home mom is a job because people get paid to do what a stay-at-home mom does. So people need to stop acting like being a stay-at-home mom is just sitting around with your feet up eating bonbons, because it's not. People get paid to do people's laundry and clean their kitchen and clean their bathrooms. People get paid to look after other people's kids. People get paid to be in-home chefs. People get paid to do all of that stuff. So if you would pay somebody to do it, why, when your wife does it, is it not a job for her? She's just sitting around the house. She's doing what she's supposed to do.
Listen, at the end of the day, treat her. And it's funny because one of my favorite groups from the back in the day, well, they're not that old, but Dru Hill, they had that song, treat her like she wanted to be treated. You should treat her right. Treat her also like you would want to be treated. Like
Was that Dru Hill? I don't think that was.
No, it was Jodeci.
Yeah.
Jodeci and Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Tore that
got
thing
the song going in my head. I'm like, I don't think that was Dru Hill.
Treat her like they want to be treated. You should treat them right. Yeah.
No, this is, back in the day.
Way, this is my chunky monkey. Just in case y'all was curious as to what I'm eating, I can't go on my days off. This is my this is my privilege.
And no, Ben and Jerry's is not sponsoring us.
Ben and Jerry's is not sponsoring. I just happen to love Chunky Monkey, and I want to let y'all know I'm into my Chunky Monkey. You know, I'm just saying. But anyway,
the music back in the day talked about love and
it did,
and being, you know, I was just listening to my 90s remix, you know.
So, as a woman,
mm-hmm.
not that you can speak for all women,
mm-hmm.
but as a woman, what are reasonable expectations for the man in your life?
I mean, for me,
reasonable expectations.
Not necessarily when we're dating. You know, as dating, I think reasonable expectations is communication. It's, you know, being dependable. It's being honest and open and sharing my emotions and my feelings and really being in tune with getting to know each other. I think when you're dating, for me, those are reasonable expectations. Don't put no expectations on physicalness or sex or anything like that, because you're my boyfriend, you're not my husband. Don't talk about dinner and all of that type of stuff, and because you're my boyfriend, you're not my husband. So there is no expectation of me cooking for you. If I do, it's a blessing to you because I don't have to. I do it because I love it, not because I have to. We don't live together, so I've got to do none of that stuff for you because you ain't my husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as we're dating, it's about getting to know each other. It's about, you know, communication. It's about being open and honest and really, you know, seeing where this can go. To me, that's an expectation. Even for the opposite person, that's my expectation for him, you know, is to be dependable, to be reliable, to be open and honest with me, and to treat me with respect, you know, to treat me the way he would want somebody to be treating his mama or his sisters or his female cousins or something like that. You know, too many guys treat women away when they find out their sisters being treated that way. They want to go beat dude up. But you treat your girl the same way. Like, I don't get it.
Let's go a step further. How would you want your daughter to be treated when she gets with some dude? Because I can guarantee you, if you walked into your daughter's home and some dude was treating her ugly like that, or your sister or your mom or whatever,
I'm about, where my dinner?
You'd be upset. If he's yelling and he's got all these expectations and he's treating her like she's a slave or a second-class citizen. Now you want to be upset. But you go back to your woman who probably has the place that you live in is probably one that she got. The food you're eating is probably food she bought. The TV and electricity that you're using is probably what she pays for. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're in between jobs. We'll put it that way. Let's use a euphemism. You're putting it, but you're pretty much in between jobs right now. So, you can't bring in the big bucks. Well, she know I ain't got a job. Okay, get one.
And if you ain't got a job, then do something around the house. You sitting around the house all day with your feet up, got your other broke behind boys over there playing Xbox and everything else. But then when she come home, you expect her to clean up after you. Do something. Make life easier for her. When she come home, the house should be clean. Dinner should be on. Like, learn how to cook. I mean, do something. Have the kids ready for, at least feed the kids something if y'all have kids. Something. But I'm going to say this also. No one can treat you or do anything to you
that you don't allow.
And this also goes for domestic violence, because I've been in domestic violence situations and I know it's super hard to get out of them. I understand that. Life-threatening, terrifying. I understand all of that. But I also know that there were signs at the beginning where I could have turned and walked away, and I didn't. So listen to your gut. Listen to those people around you. Everybody ain't a hater and just don't want you happy. Some people see things that you can't see because they're from the outside looking in, and you taking care of a grown behind man, that's your choice. You are choosing to let this grown behind man sleep all day while you go out to work and you take care of him just so that you can say you got a man. Do you really got a man though? Or do you just have a male in your bed?
Ooh,
like,
do you got a male or do you got a man?
Do you got a male or do you got a man?
There is a difference. A man will treat you right.
Yep.
A man will treat you right. A little boy, a male, anything in that perspective.
And it's not an age thing. It's because there's some 50, 60-year-old little boys.
Yes.
And there's some 20-year-old grown behind men.
Preach.
So, it don't have nothing to do with age. It has to do with upbringing. It has to do with maturity. And age don't make you mature. Maturity makes you mature. So just because you got somebody with a dang-a-lang don't mean that he's a grown behind man. I ain't raising nobody else's son. Stop trying to raise somebody else's son and stop trying to raise somebody else's daughter. The only people you should be raising is your children, not your spouse, not your partner. You should not have to be raising them, teaching them how to be grown and mature. Now, there's things when two people get together that, sometimes you do have to adjust that whole take me as I am or don't take me at all is bull. Because when you get into a relationship, there are things that there is give and take. There are things, but you can't make somebody do it.
Yeah.
People have to choose to be like, okay, well, for the betterment of this relationship, because I really do want to be with this person, I'll stop leaving my dirty behind drawers on the floor and I'll pick them up and I'll throw them in the basket because it makes her happy. I'll stop complaining about him leaving the seat up and I'll just put it down. It takes me 2 seconds to just drop it.
I never did that.
He don't do that. You know what I'm saying? There's little things. There are give and take things that do come in a relationship, but both people have to be wanting to do their share. You can't make nobody do it. All the yelling and screaming and arguing, you can't change nobody. They have to want to invest in themselves and in the relationship. A relationship is on purpose, determined action. You have to be making determined, on purpose action to make your person. And people say that, so-and-so can't make me happy. No, you have to be happy on the inside, but they can daggone sure make you pissed off. So you are trying to keep your spouse or your partner happy. You are trying to do things to make their day better. No, you can't change their spirit if they're just down and miserable with life. No, you can't change that about them. but you can do things to make their life better for the day. You can, like I said, pick your drawers up off the floor. I'm sure that make her happy. You can not yell and scream at them as soon as they come in the door and maybe say, hey, babe, how was your day after work? I'm sure that might make him a little bit more happy. So there are things that we can do to keep our spouse happy, to make our spouses, our partners, whatever, happy. But you can't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do.
No, we're not saying because you're not married, there shouldn't be a level of respect. If you don't respect the person you're with, then don't be with them.
And if they don't respect you, you need to leave.
There you go. There you go. And that's cut and dry. You can't always, it can't be this thing where we just going to fight all the time. We're going to fight all day. We're going to argue about everything. No, there's going to be arguments. There's going to be fights. There's going to be conversations that aren't quite happy. That comes with the territory. Because there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. But your expectations should include, and I think it's common, it should be, your expectations should be that I'm going to work on making my other half happy. Whether you're dating, whether you're married, won't matter. If you're with somebody, you should be wanting to make them happy. If they're in the same boat and you're busy trying to make each other happy, then you're both trying. You're both on the same page. You're both in the same boat. It works. And you just keep relationships take work. I don't think people want to work.
Yeah, everybody wants what they see on TV. They don't want to
get up in the morning and go to work. They don't want to get home and get with their wife and work, or their girlfriend and work. They don't want to have to raise their kids. That's work. They don't want to have to clean the house because that's work. People just don't want to work lately. Like, I don't understand it. But it is what it is. People don't want to work anymore for anything. They like to say we're in a a microwave generation, and we are. Like, everybody wants everything instamatic, automatic. Nobody wants to stand in front of the stove and necessarily cook when they can just go out and grab it and have it right then and there. And that's the way people are with their relationships. That's the way they are with their kids. That's the way they are with their job. They'd rather not even work. Like, I could just sit home and collect a check. I mean, granted, who wouldn't want to sit home and collect a check? But for those of us that have to be out there and we have to work, okay, get out there and work. Do what you got to do. If you're capable, you ain't got no money coming in. You ain't Richie Rich. So how about you do what you got to do? If I have goals, and I'm not just kicking this off the side of my neck. I have goals for her that I feel I can achieve for her. Sometimes I'm minus a few goals that she would like, but I'm talking like when it comes to things like, okay, I need to make sure she has her dream house. I want to make sure she gets her dream car. I want to make sure if she wants something in a store or needs something, I don't got to worry about the bills coming first and never doing for her. And that's what I want to do for her. That's not a mandated thing. That's not what has to be. That's my goals for her. I have expectations of myself, which is another thing that we don't talk on, is what are your goals? What are your expectations for you in the relationship? Like, what is your place? The big question, what do you bring to the table? Right. What do you bring to the table? I want to work for what I want to do for her. I know I need to work for what I want to do for her. So I'm going to get out there and try to do what it is that I need to do so I can achieve the goals. I do what I have to do now so I can do what I want to do later.
Say that.
And do I need to say that again?
Say that.
Do I need to say that again?
Say it again, yeah.
Okay. I have to do now. I have to do what I have to do now so I can do what I want to do later. And if I'm busy trying to put her first, I'm putting her heart in the forefront. If she's doing the same thing for me, when she's gonna want to do the same thing for me. if I'm doing for her, if I'm, and it don't have to be material, but if I'm doing things for her, if she knows that my thought process is to make sure she's good and make sure she's okay, and she's that type of person that appreciates that type of stuff, because some women and men out there, they don't appreciate that. You give it to them, they just don't appreciate it. But we'll talk on that. But if she knows that that's where I'm headed, and she knows that's why my mindset, then because of the type of woman she is, she's going to appreciate that, and then she's going to want to do for me.
Right.
I don't have to worry about coming home to a jacked up house, or I don't have to worry about coming home to a woman who don't really care two craps. A woman, I come home and I'll get a hug, or I might get a kiss, or I might get dinner. I get these things because she is thinking on me. Right. Her thought process is in the same spot as mine. Like, what can I do for my husband today to make him happy? What can I do to make his day easier?
Right. What can you do every day to show your love for your spouse? Since some of y'all want to say you can't make anybody else happy. Okay. So let's take away the phrase to try to make them happy. What can you do today to show your spouse that you love them? Because if it's been a week since you've done something special for your spouse, and I don't mean, like he said, doesn't have to be buying them something or bringing them flowers, throw a load of laundry. Most women will tell you, keep the flowers, wash some clothes. Keep the laundry, wash the bathroom for me. Keep the laundry, wash the dishes for me. Order out and tell me I ain't got to cook tonight.
Ooh, say that thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something special to most women. Like, that says, oh my goodness, he's listening. Are you listening to her or him? Because they're usually going to tell you what it is that they're in need of. Now, everybody isn't direct. I'm not a direct person.
I'm not direct either all the time.
I will give him hints. And I'll be like, oh, I could really use a massage. Now, I'm not the one that's going to be like, babe. Every once in a while, I'll be direct. Babe, can I get a massage? Normally, he fall asleep because he be tired. He'll be like, yeah, babe, I got you. And then 10 minutes later, he's like,
that's because
he works.
I'm gone
And it's not
hours.
intentional. It's not intentional. I'm saying it's not intentional. But I do put it out there into the universe sometimes. And sometimes I'm just like, wow, I could really use a massage. Oh, my legs hurt. So you got to know your spouse. We talked about this before, love language. You got to know how your spouse asks for things. You got to know how your spouse talks. You can't be, well, if you want, you just got to ask for it. And you know that that's not their love language, or that's not how they communicate. You trying to get them to do something that they may not be comfortable doing for whatever reason. Maybe you need to talk to them about why they're not comfortable saying what they want and how they feel. My husband knows why I'm not comfortable with doing that, and we're working on that. So learn your partner. Do something. What have you done? Like Janet said, what have you done for me lately? Okay, what have you done for me? And it's not always material. Listen, y'all stop thinking that men and women always want something. Stop thinking men always want sex, and stop thinking women always want you to go buy something for them. Because men don't always want sex, and women don't always want you to go buy something for them. Now, I'm sure we might get flack for that. Men don't always want sex. We don't talk to several men. Men don't always want sex. Sometimes men want a hug too. Sometimes men just want to cuddle. Sometimes men want to lay up in bed and Netflix and chill with some popcorn and some, beer in a whatever. Okay. Now, does that lead to something later? Maybe it do. But, guys want quality time too. They want to feel needed and wanted as well. Okay. So come on.
Couldn't have said better. Listen, at the end of the day, it does come down to communication. At the end of the day, it does come down to knowing who your partner is. What do you bring to the table? Keep asking that question. Keep asking that question. Let's do something. Tell me, what do I bring to the table? I'm going to take it that she's like just thinking about it.
No, I was typing, y'all. I was typing, y'all. My husband brings, he's a provider. He is a protector. Don't mess with me. The dragon will come out, okay? He does support my dreams and my goals. Whatever I ask him, He barely says no. Y'all, if y'all know
Barely.
me, y'all know I'm doing business after business, and I'm trying to get this going. I'm trying to get this going because that's me. I want to. That's my way of contributing. I want to do something to contribute, and my health doesn't let me go to work. So I'm trying to do something that I can, and my husband supports me financially to be able to do that, at least to get it started. And then he's like, okay, now you got to carry it from there on out. But this is the startup fee. I got you. He loves my children. He's been the father to my son for 15 years. My son was 6. My son will be 21 this year. He's an excellent grandfather. We are both grandparents now. He's never called my son his stepson or anything. Matter of fact, he's never called my kids his stepchildren. He just say my kids, get mad if I say my son. He's like, why are you calling him your son? I thought it was our son. You know what I'm saying? So he is a spiritual provider in the home as well. So I got respectful. I got almost everything I asked for. Almost everything. Because you don't always get everything. What do I bring to the table?
Uh-oh.
Do you want to know what you don't? The only thing, he's not as let's have a get together, let's invite the friends over as I am. And it's crazy because I'm really not a people person, but I do like to be surrounded by people that I assume care for me. And that's, going back to my childhood, I didn't have much of that. So I do like to have people, and I love to cook. So that's, that's my love language is I like to cook. I like to be around and sit and laugh and chill with people, even though it makes me crazy uncomfortable. That's me getting myself out of my comfort zone and being around people that care about me, and we can laugh and we can chill, and I can, do what I do, which is feed your soul, feed not only your soul, but your body. And that makes me happy.
Now, see, with that, and I appreciate you saying that. I do. I appreciate it. She told me what I bring to the table. I'm touched with that. For real. But that last part right here, I don't have a problem with being around people. I don't. I love people. People love me. It is what it is. I am a people person to a degree. My degree being that I'm not that dude that, I'm not that guy that, let's put it this way. And I've broken it down to her. I've broken it down to the kids. I've broken it down to friends. I've also broken it down to coworkers who actually work with me so they understand what I'm saying. I don't want to have to work. I don't want to be gone from home for 11 hours out of my day. Come home to people just hanging out. And then you want me to engage with them when I've been around hundreds of people all day. The noise decimal has been crazy all day. I haven't sat down except for an hour out of those 11 hours. And I haven't had any peace of mind. I've been working my body at Mach 20 all day, trying to get my company what it needs done. That's me. So when I come home, I'm more or less looking for peace of quiet. I can't wait to see her because I've missed her. Been gone for 11 hours, and she is my queen, my heart, my soul. I love her to death. Love her to death. And that's not a lie, y'all. That's not a lie. I'm lost without her. But I want that peace. I need to break away. Now, my little drive, the 22-minute drive that it takes me to get home, it affords me some comfortability. I'm still driving, which that's not relaxing, not when you're on the highway. And I'm listening to my music, so I'm getting the vibe. I'm not at work anymore. And I'm jamming to my music. It's me and my music and God, and I'm good. However, I don't get to decompress in the car like that. Like, I'm just letting myself get into the mindset that I'm no longer there. Okay. So with that, yes, I am a people person. Let's get together on a day, where Tony's off, which is the compromise position right there. That's the compromise. Is okay, we can do that, but let's do it on a day where Tony hasn't had to be out of the house for 11 hours working his butt off to make the money that he needs. Let's not do that. Now, as far as what she brings to the table, I'm not saying it because she's my wife, but I hit the jackpot with her. I hit her. I have a beautiful wife. I have a woman who's queen worthy. I'm not just gonna call her queen and my queen because she's with me, but she really is a queen. And to all them, I'll call them brothers. I was gonna use another word, that did her dirty and left her out to dry. Thank you, because I found my gem. I found my everything. She cooks like nobody's business because she's a culinary artist. Yes, so she cooks. She loves with her whole heart. She loves with her whole heart. You know what I mean? I can tell you what she brings to the table. She brings love. She brings kindness. She's a giving soul, giving spirit. She will give her last. Even though she knows she needs it, she'll give her last. She's a great parent. She's a great wife. She is gone be above and beyond. She cares. She puts my needs before her own, as I do her. But we're not talking about me. She puts my needs first all the time. So yeah, I hit the jackpot, and I'm good with that. That's what she brings to the table. I would be a fool 10 times over to even think about not giving in to her, because she always gives in to me. When you're with somebody in a relationship, it's a give and take. You're not always going to be spot on. You're not always going to be, how do you say? You're not always going to be right. The relationship's not always going to be copacetic. Things happen. Arguments do ensue. We are not perfect. We have our arguments, our disagreements. She tells me where she can go, where I can go. I tell her where. Well, I don't tell her where she can go because then I'd be afraid I'm going to lose a queen. But it's a give and take. You got to work, and nobody wants to work for their stuff. Nobody wants to talk about what they bring to the table. Nobody wants to stop and think about what they bring to the table while they're busy making demands on somebody else.
They just want to know what you bring to the table.
That's
always what do you bring it to the table?
And half of them are disillusioned, so they feel like they bring to the table already.
Right.
They feel like I'm a good man. Any woman would be. Why? But why?
Yeah. What makes you a good partner?
Because you're good at playing Madden on the Xbox? Because what? You know how to eat? Oh, or better yet, how about because you feel you know how to sex her up? So that's all that really matters.
That's all that really matters.
You know what I mean? I'm the head. I'm a man. So that makes me all that and then some.
Right.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make you all that. As a matter of fact, you got a lot to learn if that's what you think it makes you. If you can't pour into your home and if you can't give something on that table, the spread has been laid out. Where is your stuff? This is where the rubber hits the road, as my father used to say. What are you doing for your so-called companion, your girlfriend, or even your wife? What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? You need to stop, everybody, whether you be man or woman, you need to stop. You need to figure out what it is that you bring. What is it that you bring to the table? What makes them want to be with you?
Yeah. What makes you a good partner?
Other than the sex.
Yeah.
Other
than sex and looks. Other than sex and looks, what makes you a good partner? If they was blind and they had some condition where they couldn't do that, why else would they want to be with you?
I'm dating you. I'm not married to you. I'm dating you. But I got money galore. I got a nice car. I got fancy clothes. So whatever I say goes.
Right.
And you're going to have to take what I dish out. I can afford to be rude to you. I can afford to be disrespectful because I bring in the cash. I make the rules around here. Don't get it misunderstood. And if you try to overstep your bounds, then I'm going to say you're trying to be a masculine woman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what now you're a masculine woman. You're not feminine at all. Because if you was a feminine woman, then you would bow down to what I'm saying. You would fall back and be like, okay, all hail the king. Well, king of what? King of your dollars?
Right.
King of your dollars? You didn't get a woman so she could be your housemate. You got a woman so she could be your helpmeet. Period. So she could be that woman that's there for you to help you out. She's supposed to compliment you and you compliment her. Compliment, not treat her like dirt. Not treat her like she's a second-class citizen. That's not what you're supposed to do with a woman at all. That you missed the boat. Like, I mean,
it's the same thing they used to say. You know, when a single mother, you know, she's all name brand out and her kids got clothes from Walmart, or the kids are dirty, but she's all looking fly, got her nails done, her hair did. Like, there's something off there. Same thing in a relationship. Well, I'm gonna say a marriage, because if y'all just dating, what you wear is what you wear, and what he wears is what he wear, because he's not obligated to buy you anything or to bring you up to his level, or vice versa. There's no obligation. He doesn't have to buy me Nikes just because he wears Nikes. He doesn't have to. But if he's my husband, he knows that when anybody sees me, I'm a reflection of him. When anyone sees him, he's a reflection of me. So if my husband looks tore down from the floor down, they're going to be like, wow, Kai let Tony go out the house like that? And if they see me out on the street looking all crazy, they're going to be like, ooh. And I say let, because when I say let, I mean, Kai didn't see that Tony had holes in his shorts and his shirt had bleach stains all over it and his breath is stinking, and she didn't say nothing to him. Like, not like I gave him permission to go out. Y'all know what I'm saying. Stop it. Don't even go there. Y'all know what I'm saying.
No.
Kai's clothes is dirty and her shoes is all tattered, and oh my goodness, her hair looks horrendous. Tony, that's what Tony over there doing?
GQing.
I'm a reflection of my husband. And not that I should want to be the best I can be as a representation of him. He should want to step out the house the best that he can to be a representation of me. Not that my husband should be like, babe, no. Because some days I don't normally run out. There have been some times though where I run out the house and Tony be like, and I look in the mirror and I be like, babe, why you didn't tell me? He's like, I thought you was cool. I thought you knew that you had your bonnet on your head. That's not me. I don't normally go up the house with my bonnet on. I have done it accidentally a couple of times. Now, you ladies who wear your bonnets, that is you. I am not saying anything negative. I'm saying that's not what I normally do.
No, you do.
Okay, that's not normally what I do. I will pull my hair up in a ponytail before I wear a bonnet.
Yeah.
That's just me.
But she look good in ponytail.
Now, I want to wrap. I do my little sorry and wrap it up. I do that. But I'm just saying, we are a representation of each other.
Yeah.
When we go out, we go fly. Okay, we match it up. We do it. We do it together.
I ain't gonna go as far as say fly, but we match ourselves up. We are fly. I don't know. I don't feel the fly thing.
I don't care. I'm 50, about to be 52. We fly. I'm showing my age. Okay. I was going through the clothes today and I found my little mini skirt that I bought a few years ago, and I've lost some weight. It fits nice, and I was like, "Girl, you about to be 52."
You trying it on?
Should you actually? I put it in the tag sale box. Yeah, because it fit nice.
She put it in the tag.
I put it in the tag sale box because I was like, "Girl, you about to be 52. You can't be wearing little mini skirts and stuff."
Age ain't nothing but a number. Now, see, now I gotta go back so she can represent me right and dig it out of the. I got a box now. Wonderful.
I was like, listen, I got too much booty for this. I got too much booty for this skirt.
She had that same booty when she bought that dress. Don't let her fool you.
I did, but I was performing back then, so I was trying to get. You know how you when you.
It was only like 2 years ago.
It was like 2 years ago.
Come on. See, she's trying to play me right
I'm
now.
trying to like dress more mature.
She don't talk about
now.
Representing, and then
I'm trying to dress
in a tag
my
sale.
age.
Like, what is she going to replace that mini skirt with? now that she done, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do?
Sundress.
Okay, I can't even argue that point. I can't, brothers. If you know what a sundress does for a woman, you know. I can't. Sundress, mini skirt, almost the same thing. Listen, but yeah, you represent the person that you're with, and that's not to say men go all balls out whenever she don't represent you the way you want to be. So you gotta,
yeah.
No,
we're not saying that.
we're not. We are not. But for her and I, like we went on vacation and we bought matching outfits. You know, we do the little cute thing because that's what we do now. We're relaxed with each other now. If we go out, we'll wear at least similar colors. Sometimes we'll wear similar colors, but we're on one accord when we go out. We try to be, maybe we might miss the mark maybe 1 or 2 times out of 10, but normally we try to represent one another. And that's what you do. And again, something that we bring to the table is considering what the other person values and what they have in mind.
Right.
What works for them? What makes them happy? Like what
Going
clicks?
Back to communication
Yeah.
at the beginning. Right?
And if you talk about that stuff, then
before
you
you start putting titles, get back to talking, dating. Dating does not mean he's your man and you his girl. Dating means we are getting to know each other to see if we want to be committed to each other. I keep saying, y'all leave the club. That's my man. You don't even know his real name. Mm-hmm. Is his name Tyrone, or is that just the name he told you? You be calling him Tyrone, and then you go to meet his mama, and his mama call him something different, and you be like, why is she call? Oh, don't worry about it. That's just what my mama called me. No, that's his name, fool. You don't know his last name. You don't know if he got a job, but that's your man because he bought you a drink.
You don't even know if he got a middle name.
Everybody
walking around calling him Pookie. That's what you know. When his name is actually John Smith Jr. They call him Pookie, and you call him Pookie.
Right. Got him in your phone as Pookie. You don't even know his real name.
I got called Pookie. And it's okay to have nicknames.
Yeah.
But you don't even, when you don't know their real name, that's a problem.
And that's your man.
That's your man.
That's your man. And you don't even know where he lives. Don't know if he got a job. Don't know if he got any kids. Don't know if he's taken. Because you just met him in the club. But he said he was single, so that's all you cared about.
Yeah.
And this goes both ways. Because ladies, y'all know we could be trifling too.
Trifling.
Stop it.
Trifling.
Stop it.
Trifling.
Like, listen, this is a side note. I didn't even tell my husband this yet. So I was out yesterday. Did I take a walk yesterday?
Maybe yesterday.
Yes, I took a walk yesterday with the baby, with the grandbaby. I went to go to CVS, which is right across the street from our house, to get my medicine. They said it was going to take a little while. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go get my walk in. Walked all the way up the street to McDonald's. In that there's like a little plaza. Then I walked in a couple of stores and walked around and came back. Now, I'm pushing the baby stroller, y'all, with a baby in it. She's 7 months, but it's a baby. Why is dudes beeping at me and honking at me and like, yo, shorty, I've got a baby. What is wrong with y'all? Like, since when is a woman with a baby a turn on? I thought y'all didn't want to be baby daddies to other people's babies. Like, oh, she too fertile for me. Like,
wait. They don't care about that. They ain't trying to be nobody's baby daddy. They're trying to hit it and quit it. They have an objective.
What makes you think me with my baby want to hit it and quit it?
How many women out there hitting and quitting?
Yeah.
How many men out there hitting and quitting? Come on now.
I was like, oh my goodness. Y'all don't see me pushing this baby stroller. If y'all don't leave me alone. If y'all don't leave me alone pushing this baby stroller. But the baby in the stroller, leave me alone. But
that's a grandbaby. You know what I mean? That's a grandbaby.
That means you guys stay on your P's and Q's.
Neither of us is jealous or like that. She blew my mind with her lack of jealousy. But some people say that would be something to be worried about.
I ain't got time to be jealous. I don't got time to be like all of that stuff is mute. People who get mad because some girl like your man's post on Facebook, people talking about social media is ruining relationships. No, your partner is that type of person without social media. If they got people up in their DMs that they entertaining, that means that they that type of person. They entertaining people out in the streets. If somebody's up in their DMs talking about baby this and ooh, can we meet up? And they sending them pictures and that means your partner is that type of person. Because to say no, honey, I don't need your pictures. I don't need your pictures. I got a boo. Dude, why are you sending? Guys, stop sending them pictures because they don't do nothing for us. Stop sending them pictures. Don't nobody want to see that. It don't do nothing for us. So stop it. Like,
You don't do nothing.
Not in no picture. No, I don't want to see that.
Wait. You said not in no picture.
No,
So
I don't want to see no picture. Ew.
they don't
That's
wanna
why
see
Playgirl didn't last long for the ladies, because while men might want to see a woman in a bikini and all of that stuff is sexy and stuff like that, and seeing their body parts for women, it's not as big of a turn. The men's, I'm sorry, men, but your body down there is not that appealing like that in a picture to women. Like they might, maybe in person, it is, but not in a picture. I don't know many women that be like, "Oh, he sent me a picture," and "Ooh." Like, I don't know many women like that. Like, we just be like, ew, he sent me a picture.
I don't know. We need to get real, though. We definitely need to get real. We need to handle business accordingly. And we need to ask that question. That question has been on my mind for weeks now. What do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
For at least 2 weeks, it's been on my mind. Like, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring?
What makes you a
Because-
good partner? Like,
And even if you bring a lot to the table, you still have to nourish your relationship.
right.
You still can't treat it any old kind of way because you bring some stuff to the table. Don't make you a G, but at least you're bringing something. You got a leg up. You're bringing something to the table compared to these other dudes that are out there talking about what they want done for them when you ain't doing nothing for the woman that you got in return.
Right.
What are you doing for?
Or
Why-
him. What are you doing for each other?
Yeah.
What
come
are you
on.
doing for each other? Especially, y'all are in a committed relationship, so we're beyond dating. And like we've said for several weeks now, communication is everything. So if y'all are not communicating about what you want, what you expect from each other before you get committed, you're already 3 steps behind. Because don't wait until you're talking about I love you and y'all got 5 kids and y'all done been together for 4 years to talk about, well, I expect her to give it to me 4 days a week and she don't want to, because you should have talked about that a long time ago.
They never talked about it.
They never talked
They
about
didn't
it.
talk about it.
She's supposed to cook dinner and she's like, well, I expected him to be making 6 figures by now.
They ain't
Because
talking
y'all
about that
ain't
either.
talking
They ain't
talk
talk
about
about
you
it.
wanted him to be a provider of the family and you wanted to own the house, and you didn't talk about none of that stuff. So now y'all both sitting here miserable. Get back to
Miserable.
dating and talking about your expectations. Stop hopping into bed with people that you don't know nothing about.
What? Tell that thing.
Stop it. Stop hopping in bed with people you don't know nothing about.
Because guess what? If all things cease and desist with her, for me, I'm good.
Oh, I'm done. I'm not dating. This world is
There
crazy
ain't
now.
nothing out
Mm-mm.
there. There ain't nothing out there. One, I'll be comparing them to her. That wouldn't be fair to the others. 2, you ain't got nothing that. There
I
was
couldn't
one.
trust not near man out in the
Mm-mm.
world right now.
I can't. The
I'm
headache.
sorry,
the
fellas.
heartache.
I couldn't. I couldn't. I done seen the way that y'all talk on these podcasts and the way that y'all talk about what y'all expect from women and blah 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 blah. I couldn't. I done already said it.
It's a wrap.
If we break up or God takes him home, I am done. I am
Yeah.
single. Maybe
Yeah.
there'll be a lady out there for me.
For real. I can't even.
There's no comeback from that.
There's none.
But listen,
I definitely ain't
listen,
gonna say that. So
listen. Just to correct it, let me just say this real quick. That was a joke. But listen, if y'all think going to the other side makes it easier, women are just as trifling as men. So don't think men are doing you wrong and you're gonna flip to the other side and get treated better. Women know how to manipulate you because they're a woman. So you go get with a woman, they got the same emotions you have. So she know how to manipulate you because she is a woman too. So don't
Bang. Now that
Don't
run
think-
right there, that don't even need an exit strategy. Like that's what's real. That's what's real. You know? And I mean, for me, I can only speak on the man side of things. I can only speak on what it is to be a man and be in that type of situation. And it's nothing pretty. It doesn't work. So figure out what you bring to the table. You have to figure out what you bring to the table, because if you don't bring anything to the table, you don't have a right to expect anything on that table.
Mm-mm.
You come to the table in agreement. Okay, we're going to lay out all the cards. We're going to put everything on the table. And this person is unloading, and this is what I got, and this is what's here, and this is what I'm laying down. And you across from them, and you ain't putting nothing on the table.
And sometimes people, and listen, you always have something to give to a relationship. You always have something. It may not be monetary, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the sex and the looks, that's not even on the table anymore. But be doing something. Okay, I don't have a job right now. I'm getting ready to go to school. I'm looking for jobs. You know what I mean? Have some type of motivation I have a 6-month goal plan. Like, yeah, I lost my job, but in 6, this is my goal. I plan to have a job and be doing X, Y, and Z. Have something that you could put on a table to say, this is where I am now, but I promise you, this is not where I'm going to be forever. You're going
to be like, okay, he brings X, Y, and Z to the table, but at the end of the day, you don't clean, you don't cook, you don't do laundry, you don't take care of the kids, because
you ain't even taking the trash to the curb.
You ain't taking the trash out. You ain't doing nothing.
But you got a whole list of demands.
Comfortable and getting mad if them demands ain't met. Getting mad because those demands are not met.
Rent due when you like, well, I gotta pay my phone bill, so you're gonna have to cover it this month. How your phone bill is more than rent? What is you talking about? That's the roof over your head. What is you talking about? You gotta pay your phone bill so you can't help out with rent. Do you live in this house?
They can't afford to not talk to Jamie for a day.
You got to talk to their boys. Explain to me how y'all talk about bros before H's, but she the one that you're supposed to be trying to spend the rest of your life with. Explain that to me. Y'all will be faithful to your dude, come high water, land, salt, whatever. Y'all gonna be faithful. Y'all got your boys back, whatever he needs, y'all there. But your woman asks you to do one thing, and y'all be like, see, you always trying to da-da-da-da. Make it make sense. This is why people be trying to say that y'all just be in love with your friends, because it just don't make no sense.
See, and that statement right there, if you gotta say make it make sense,
it
half
already
of the time
it
don't make sense.
No, it don't. That's
Most
why
of the
we
time,
trying
it
to
just
tell
don't
you.
make sense. Like you asking somebody to make it make sense, but
it's because it don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
It don't make sense. So we're like, somebody explain this to me. Like, if you are trying to spend your life with someone, you say you love someone, you say you want to be with someone,
bring it to the table.
Why?
Bring it to the table.
Why would somebody else get more of you than them? Like, we say you go out to work and you fake it for your boss, you fake it for the people they piss you off, you smile in their faces, your boss pisses you off, you smile in his faces, you fake it with all of these people. You mad at them and you be he, they get the best of you. Then you come home and you want to vomit all of that anger and all of that madness on your spouse. Why she or he get the worst of you?
And see, that's not even just, it's so true, and not even just a man, and not even just a household thing. I go to work, and again, what am I bringing to the table? Because my bosses have expectations, and I have expectations of them. Now, I have 4 bosses on my job right now, and all of them love me. All of them love me. Why? Because I bring something to the table. Like, okay, you feed me, I feed you. It's that type of mentality. So I go in there, I do above and beyond. Do above and beyond when I go to work. I'm working. If they want 80, Tony, it was 80%. I'm giving you 100. Give us 100%. I'm giving you 110. I do that, and because I do that, they turn around and they watch my back. They make sure I'm copacetic. They make sure I have what I need. They talk to me. I walk in there and it's like, how you doing today, Tony? Doing great. I got another boss. I walk in when I see her. Jenna, it's going to be a great day today. She's like, oh, yes, it is. It's going to be. I watched another one. Tracy, said hi to her. And she's like, how you doing today? I was like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I love that song. That showed her age, by the way. I'm just saying. And she's like, I love that song from Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day. It is. It's going to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And then they'll walk around all day long. When they see me, it's like, how you doing, Tony? How's your day going? Is it still beautiful? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. You know, and they're not talking about the coulda, woulda, shouldas. They're not talking about what I missed that I should have done that I didn't do. None of that stuff. My reviews are good. I had another boss. He was like, yo, he's looking at his computer. He looked at me. He's like, you're not even on my list. I'm like, is that a bad list? Yeah. He's like, but you're never on my list. I know, because that's not what I bring to the table. I don't bring zero to the table. So where I gotta be put on a negative list. Do I want to be there? Do I want to have to break my back to make $1? No, I don't. But I need that $1. So I'm gonna break my back so that hopefully I can get $2, $3, and $4 more, right, and do what I have to do. You gotta bring something to the table. You got people go to work and they don't want to work and they get mad because they get in trouble for not working.
Right.
You stealing from the company if you're an hourly employee. They're saying, okay, we're going to pay you such and such. We need you to do this, that, and the other. That's what you're getting paid for. So you do that. If you don't do that, then half of the time we go to work, we don't want to work. That's not a secret. Come on, y'all. That's not a secret. But in every area of life, you should be bringing something to the table. Bringing something to the table. We're talking relationships. I'm just off branching. That's in every area.
Yeah.
Every area. And we don't do it. As human beings, we don't do it. We just lazy now. Like everything's got to be handed to us. We have to.
Everybody's got to, what's the word? Coddle us. We want everybody to, I can't think of the word.
Everybody got to love me, but I don't got to love you.
Everybody got to do for me.
Yeah,
do for me.
I don't feel
I
should have to do for anybody. And then have 20 excuses why you don't feel you should have to do the same thing that you're getting in return.
Right.
Come on. In the words of Kaixa, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. I think we should rename our show to Make It Make Sense. Because at the end of the day, we're bringing up stuff that just don't make sense.
Don't make sense.
We're talking on topics that just don't. And you can say, well, it don't make sense to you. But
make it make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes sense to you, drop it in the comments and let us know how it makes sense to you that you bring 0, but you expect 100.
Why am I supposed to get on board with that? And I don't have to. And you're right. But why should I think that that's the proper thinking?
Why should anybody get on board with it? I mean, make it make sense. If you think it makes sense, then let us know why it makes sense and why someone else should be okay with that philosophy.
I got friends out there that they're doing women wrong. I'm just gonna keep it 100. They do women wrong. Then they turn around into them. That makes sense. And I'm not supporting that. I don't support it. But they need to know this is not copacetic. This is not how we do things.
Right.
As a real man, this is not how we do things. As a real woman.
As a mature person, you shouldn't want to take advantage of anybody, especially somebody who's giving you their heart and trying to invest time and energy into you. If that's not what you're trying to give back, stop wasting people's time. Stop wasting their time and let somebody find them who wants to appreciate who they are, and stop allowing people to take advantage of you, and find somebody who truly can appreciate you, because you deserve that. You deserve somebody who appreciates you. You deserve somebody who loves you. You deserve somebody who's going to treat you the way you are supposed to be treated, men and women. So stop wasting your time with people who don't give you what you deserve.
you deserve.
A lot
You
of it is
deserve.
fear of being alone. Stop being so afraid to be. That's what's wrong with us. We're too afraid to be alone. We spend all of our life up until we're like 18, 19 with someone. We go to college. We're surrounded by people. And then we just want to continue on. We need to spend some time by ourselves. We back in the day, you went from your mama's house to your husband's house. So, listen, spend some time by yourself. Be okay with being by yourself. And when you find that you can be okay by yourself, you'll stop allowing people to take advantage of you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is not, when you're in a relationship, it's not a one-player game. It's not a one-player game. It's a game that you play together. This is a team sport. This right here is a team sport.
It is.
And do we always agree on the plays? No,
No.
we don't. She want to call an audible. I want to stick to the game plan. It's like that. I want to stick to the game plan because as a man, I like to see things in black and white. It either is or it isn't. She wants to call audible because she knows there could be a change. There could be something going on with the defense. Call an audible. I'm like, but do I really want to call an audible? I don't think so because it's either go this way or it's going to go that way. This is a team sport. We don't always agree. But a play has to be made.
Right.
And we come together and we figure out what that play is going to be. And we run it. At the end of the day, this is a team sport. Run it as such. Work it. Because you're in it to win it. And if you're not in it to win it, then why are you even in it?
Right.
I don't even know what that. Wow. That was. You're in it to win it. If you're not in it to win it, then why are you in it? Wow.
Well, we gotta write that down.
You gotta write that down. I gotta hashtag
that.
that.
We gotta talk to Eliza.
Yeah.
You can't have that. Do not take that.
You can't take that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna copyright it in just a few minutes. I'm gonna copyright it.
Yeah.
So you can't have it. You can't have it.
You can't have it.
But at the end of the day, this is a team sport. So play it like you want to win.
Play it like you want to
Why
win.
why would you get into something and you don't want to win at it?
Oh, they winning.
And
They
you
just
can't
not
force somebody to do it. You can't
They're
force
cheating.
somebody. Yeah.
They're winning by cheating. And I'm in, like I've already said, the other half is allowing them to cheat, is allowing them to reap all the benefits when you are playing their half of the game. You're playing your half of the game in their half of the game, and you are okay with that. So, I mean, for them, they're like, well, yo, he let me.
See, and I look at it a little differently. We're both playing the game, but you ain't playing you are not playing. That's like you're in
Milli Vanilli.
You're in ooh. Sorry guys. But it's what it is.
It's a Milli Vanilli.
You can't do that. You can't. Okay, the game can't be all offense and no defense. It can't be all defense and no offense. Like you gotta. Can we play the game to win it? Can we play it to win it?
They letting the computer play their hand and acting like they the ones who's doing the game.
What?
And the computer is you.
What is
You working, you cleaning, you doing everything, and they sitting back chilling. And people go, "Oh, your house is so nice." Like, thank you. We work hard to get. We
no,
what?
We no.
We who?
No, not we.
We not we. And you like, yeah, we do. We work really hard.
And I do need to let y'all know I'm not always great at the housework because I'm always working and I'm tired and I get home and I just want to go to bed. You know, so sometimes I slack in that area, but she gives me that grace because she knows.
I just
But-
expect him to put his clothes up when I wash them and fold them. I just be like, he bring the laundry bag upstairs because I can't. He might bring it downstairs for me if I ask. You know, you got to have your parameters set, which is where that communication comes in. You got to have your parameters set for what each person expects. And listen, it can change over time. Just because 15 years ago these were the parameters, don't mean 15 years later they're gonna still be the same expectations. People grow, people evolve. Situations change. So now we have new expectations, we have new desires, we have new wants. I'm not the same person I was 15 years ago. I've changed, I've grown. He's not the same person he was 15 years ago. He's changed, he's grown, things have changed. So you have to go back and check in with your spouse on a regular, consistent basis to make sure that you are still on the same page and that you are still giving each other what each other needs to have a healthy, happy relationship. You mean, what you mean you want roses? You ain't never liked roses. Well, guess what? Now I like roses.
Now you like roses.
Now
you like roses?
I
Now?
don't like
Okay,
roses.
see.
I'm not a flower person. I'm not a
thought I
flower
was slipping
person.
for a
Every
second,
once in a
guys.
while I get flowers. I'm not a big flower person. But
she don't like flowers like that, and I like to give. So the first thing I want to do on Valentine's birthday, Christmas, I want to get flowers. And
you
as
buy
soon
me
as
some
I
makeup. I'm
as
good.
soon as I reach for them, I'm like, I can't because you don't like
You
flowers.
gotta know what your spouse likes.
You gotta go for
You
what
buy
they
me some kitchen supplies. I'm good. Like they be like, you can't buy her no grill for Christmas. Yes, you can. For me, yes, you can. I'll be happy. Woo! Right now, I want a juicer. Woo! I'll be happy as a lamb. I got a juicer. I got a juicer. Listen, you got to know your spouse.
You just joking. You don't want a juicer.
I do want a juicer.
She don't
I
want
do.
a
I
juicer.
do want a juicer.
She talking about juicer already. But know what? Not only they bring to the table, but know what you bring to the table. I keep saying it because that's what needs to happen. That's what you need to know, because you got a lot of people out here thinking they're all that. They're in a relationship, right. So especially men, we tend to go out there, get a woman, and we want to dictate, and we'll throw out the expectations right off cuff. We don't even talk about the expectations. We don't necessarily even throw them out there. We just expect. We have expectations, and we get mad when those inner expectations aren't met. And then they want to say, because it's become routine. Well, she knows I like eating dinner at 5. So why is it late? She knows this, that, and the other. She knows I don't like this. She knows I wanted to do this. She knows that. She knows this. I'm gonna do it on my own. I had a friend do that. I had a friend, he took off and went somewhere, looking for him. Dude done gone and got something to eat. Oh, okay, you ain't got something to eat. Could have left it at that. But he was like, she knew I wanted to eat at such and such. She taking her time about, so I just went and got, and then you got for you. Dude, like, you knew she was busy. She was literally into something else and helping somebody else. And that infringed on your moment, your time schedule, your time frame. When you ain't had nothing else to do but eat, that became a problem. Because she didn't do it the way you wanted to do it, when you wanted to do it. So now she was the villain. She was the villain. You were the victim, and you had a whole cow about it.
Whole cow.
A whole cow.
Not a half a cow.
Yeah, a whole cow. Udders and everything. Just took it to a whole nother level because it didn't happen when you wanted to, the way you wanted to. And she knows this, that. You treating her like a slave, dog. You no patience, no nothing. You didn't care. Well, I had patience. I waited for 30 minutes. Bruh, it wasn't that crucial. It really wasn't.
And then if it was, you should have just went and got something for everybody.
Yeah, you could.
If you're going to leave and get something, be like, all right, babe, you're busy. Finish what you're doing. What y'all want to eat, I'll get you. No, you went and got for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And then was mad. You still mad. You went and got your food. You still mad. Still mad. Got it. You're still mad. You filled your stomach and you still mad. Come on, man.
I don't know.
Make it make sense.
Let us know what we should talk about next time.
Let us know.
Next week is T Wade's show, but we seem to be continuing the conversation between his show and our show. It may be a little bit different, but we've been on relationships for a while. If y'all want us to stop relationships and go to something else, definitely let us know.
We can talk football.
Y'all can talk football next week with him.
Dallas all day.
Maybe he can get his son to come on and talk football with him.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That'll be a conversation.
Oh boy.
But we're gonna go find us something to eat. It is 9:23. We've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. We're gonna go get us something to eat.
We are.
And yeah.
We're gonna enjoy the rest of the evening.
Yeah, we're gonna go find something to watch that we both want to watch together. Because that is our thing. Right dinner there. In a movie. What? And so we'll talk to you guys. I will see you in 2 weeks. He'll see you next week.
Unless I have her as a guest next week. I don't know, because things get hot. We just collab well together, and it's what we do. But until then, we love you. Stay honest.
Stay blessed.
And think about what you bring to the table.
Yes.
In Jesus' name. Amen.